Hello everyone, I'm Mike D'Angelo with That's Entertainment, and this is your retro review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by Konami. The Ninja Turtles have gained a little steam as of late, mostly due to the dread that filled every fan's heart at the thought of Michael Bay turning them into aliens. They've also been given a less ridiculous treatment courtesy of a new television show. Back in the late 80s and early 90s though, they were at the peak of their popularity. You would have been at odds to walk into an arcade and not see the side-scrolling beat-em-up style turtle cabinets. Before that, however, they hit it big on the NES. One of the most acclaimed licensed pieces of software, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set the bar. In 1989, you were hard-pressed to get a very decent storyline injected into your games. Most of the time, if you wanted anything with substance, you were forced to turn to the manual that came with the cartridge. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had some plots that they could focus on thanks to the comics and the movie. Throughout the course of the game, Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo are tasked with a variety of missions. In one level, they're searching for April O'Neil. In another, they're attempting to prevent a heinous dam explosion. Borrowing themes from the movie, even their master Splinter is kidnapped at some point. Everything eventually culminates with a final encounter with Shredder. As pertinent as the story is, for its time anyway, the Turtles themselves get very little personal development. Most of the delivery and forward momentum of the plot is handled by the minor characters. This game seemed to take a nod from a few other games, most notably The Adventure of Link. It transforms across two different modes. During outdoor sequences, you'll see the turtles from an overhead perspective. The adventure is a little tamer at this point, but you can still be flattened by enemy vehicles. Instead, it focuses more on exploration aspects. When the player enters a building or a sewer, the game switches to a side-scroller, while on this display it functions similarly to Tecmo's Ninja Gaiden. The special weapons, like shurikens, seem almost like carbon copies at certain points. The game's biggest draw, of course, is its fan service. Bosses like Bebop and Rocksteady highlight some of the other encounters, including a battle with a giant mouser. If any of your turtles manages to fall in battle, you'll have to rescue them to stand a chance against the later bosses. While the titular heroes had enough differences to make playing as each of them seem fresh, in reality only two of them were any good. In spite of incredible sales, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a typically average-looking game. It came out in the middle of the NES's life cycle, but there was enough variety to keep experiences feeling fresh. Between the overhead and side views, you wouldn't get too bored with the visuals over the course of the 6-level game, even if they were quite minimalist in their presentation. With Konami at the helm of the game, there should have been no doubt that they could deliver on the audio front. While certain sound effects are a little drab, the addictive music was top-notch. This NES game was a roaring success. During a time when only Mario and Sonic were pulling most of the attention, 4 million copies of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sold, making it one of the best-selling third-party NES games of all time. Of course, because of its success, it spawned several crude imitations. On the PC, there was a glitch that made the game unbeatable without the use of cheats. One thing the ports did offer was a save feature, which was something that the NES version was sorely lacking. In spite of the mediocre ports, the Turtles continued to appear on consoles in over 30 games. During the late 80s and the early 90s, licensed games were all the rage. There are still fond memories of games like DuckTales, The Lion King, and Spider-Man and X-Men in Arcade's Revenge. Still, very few have survived the ages as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Konami managed to hit one of the biggest home runs in licensed content with this 1989 gem.